Welcome to Lamplight Crochet. My name is Laura. Today I'm going to show you how to make this very small blanket. It's folded in half, by the way, but this is a very small infant-sized blanket. Its measurements are probably about 31 by 31 square, including the border. And as you can see, I put on a very flat, simple, plain border that any beginner can do to offset the deep ridges of the waffle stitch. This is the waffle stitch that I'm going to show you today. It's pretty much beginner friendly. You just have to know how to do a double crochet. This stitch is used for a lot of different things like baby blankets and pot holders and large blankets and just a variety of things. So grab an H hook, which is a 5mm, and some 4-ply yarn. I believe this is made from a yarn called Roly Poly. It's very similar to Red Heart Super Saver yarn. Grab your hook and let me show you how to do the waffle stitch and to create the border on this pretty blanket. Okay, you need to make a chain of 108 in order to have basically the same size of blanket that I made. If you want to alter the size and make it a little bigger, then your chains need to be divisible by 3. So whatever number you chain, they need to be divisible by 3. So chain 108, pause the video and come back and I'll show you how to move on. I have chained only 24 here. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to count 5 across from the hook to do our very first double crochet stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to make a double crochet down in that 5th chain from the hook. And so we place our hook in and wrap around and pull through. Wrap around and pull through 2. Wrap around and pull through 2 more. Now we want to go across the rest of the chain making the double crochet stitch, every single one. We're laying a foundation for the waffle stitch. So I will meet you at the very end of the row after you've made a double crochet in every single stitch across your chain. Okay, when you've reached the very end of row 1, which is all double crochet stitches, we want to chain up 3, and we're going to turn our work, and that chain does count as the first stitch for row 2. So now we're going to go on to row 2, and we want to go into the 2nd stitch from the hook, 1, 2, and we want to do a front post double crochet. So the way we do that is we wrap the yarn around our hook and we place the tip of the hook in front of our work and go behind that stitch. And then we grab the yarn again and wrap it around. Wrap around and pull through 2. Wrap around and pull through 2. All right, that's the very first stitch that we do in this row. The next one is a normal double crochet. So we wrap the yarn around our hook and go into the top of the next stitch. Wrap around, pull through. Wrap around, pull through 2. Wrap around, pull through 2. Now for the remainder of the row, we are going to be doing 2 front post double crochets and 1 normal double crochet. So the next one will be a front post. We're going to wrap around, place our hook in front of the work, and go back behind the next stitch. Wrap around and pull through. Wrap around, pull through 2. Wrap around, pull through 2. The next one will be another front post. We do the exact same thing again. Now the next one will be a double crochet. So we are traveling in 3s. If you didn't notice that, we are traveling in 3s. 2 front posts, 1 double, all the way across the row. Let's do that again. Front post, front post, double. So let's do that across the row and I will meet you at the end. We'll see you there. Okay, now that we have gone all the way across the row, now we're back down to our very last trio of front post, front post. The double needs to go into the top of the chain 3. So we're going to place it in the top there, just a double on top of a chain 3. We're going to chain 3 again to raise our hook for the next row. Turn your work, and now row 3 will be find the 2nd stitch from the hook, 1, 2, and do a double crochet in the top of that stitch. We're going to repeat that, another double crochet in the top of the next stitch. And then we do a front post in the next one. It should already be sticking out there for you to see. So we're going to go behind it, wrap the yarn around again, and pull through 2 and pull through 2. So the trio that we will be repeating across this row is double crochet, front post, double crochet. Let's do that again. Double crochet, which goes down into the top of the stitch, double crochet again, and then a front post double crochet. So you repeat this pattern across the row, and I will meet you at the very end. Okay, you should have just come to the end of row 3, which was a repeat of 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 front post double crochet. I am down to the last 2 stitches, so we're going to do a double crochet in the second to last one, and then a double crochet in the top of the chain 3. Okay? Now when you finish that row, what you're going to do is keep repeating row 2 and row 3 over and over to the end of the blanket. So let's review. We've started out with a row of just double crochet to lay a foundation. Then we did row 2, which was front post double crochet, front post double crochet, and regular double crochet. Then the row 3 is 2 double crochets and 1 front post. That's the waffle stitch. If you skip a row or get them mixed up, then it won't look right. So we want to keep repeating rows 2 and 3. Okay, I have made 8 rows of every single color in my blanket. Now I am going to show you how to change colors right here at the end of this one, so you'll know how to do that. When you come down to your last stitch, you're going to place your hook in the top of the chain 3, wrap the yarn around, bring it through, and then the very last time before you wrap around and pull through, you're going to do that with the color yarn. Now you'll do that on a front post just the same. Okay, but this is a regular double crochet here, and then we will chain up 3. 1, 2, 3, turn, and we are ready for row 2 because we've done 2, 3. So we need to do row 2, and we want to do a front post double crochet in the second chain from the hook, and we want to do a double crochet in the next one. So then we will be going across this row, front post, double crochet, front post, and a double crochet. Continue across this row. Now remember, you want 8 rows of each color. So whatever colors you're using, 8 of one, 8 of the other, and I just showed you how to change colors. Continue making your blanket, repeating rows 2 and 3 to the end, and then I will show you how to put the border on at the end. We'll see you there. Okay, now when you're ready to place your border around the outside of your blanket, we're going to do this pattern. Single crochet first time around, and then we'll do a round of double crochet, and then we will end with another round of single crochet. That was what I felt was best, that worked with this waffle stitch. It showed it off the best. So as you can see, this stitching right here is the single crochet, and then we have a round of double crochet and then another round of single crochet to finish it off. So I've done a little bit here so that you can see already ahead of time, but I'm going to take it out so I can show you how to do that. I'm going to go back to the very last wraparound in the last stitch. So whatever color you have on the end, and if you want to join another color for the border, which I would suggest you do, we want to wrap that around and pull it in there. And now we're going to go from here and make the rest of the border. So you want to chain up 1 and do another chain in that same space. Because we're on a corner, we need to allow for more yarn to turn, okay? So we're going to go into the next stitch. Well, there really isn't a next stitch, but you're just going to be eyeing it and seeing where you want to place your next single crochet and making it all the way around the blanket, just judging where you want to place that. You could catch in those tail ends and crochet them in if you want. And so we will just make even stitching of single crochet all the way around the edging so that we will have the very foundation laid in order to do our border. Complete your full round. Now every time that you come to a corner, you'll need to do 2 double crochets so as to provide room for the yarn to turn. Okay, so that is how we do that for our very first round. And I'll meet you back whenever you come all the way around to the very beginning again for our double crochet row. We'll see you there. Okay, I have completed the very first round of single crochet around the outside of my blanket, and I joined with a slip stitch here to the very first stitch. So I want to chain up 3, and this counts as a double crochet, and then we will make another one right there in that same stitch so as to be able to turn the corner with ease. So we make a double crochet there. So we are going to make a double crochet in every single crochet all the way around, and we will place 2 double crochets in the corners. Now if your stitching is extremely loose, you may not want to place 2 double crochets in the corner. It just depends on how your piece is working out. So go ahead and continue to go around the outside, and I will meet you back at the very beginning once again. Okay, I have completed my double crochet all the way around on top of the single crochet, and now all I did was join at the top of the chain 3 with a slip stitch, and I chained up 1, and then I'm going to single crochet around this entire border to finish it off. So I want to show you the actual size of the blanket. See, it just gives it a nice border for the waffle stitch, and this blanket is basically for a newborn. I think its measurement is about 30 by 30. And then on the back side, it's smoother. That's the way the waffle stitch works. So it's smoother on the back side, and you could use that as a play mat. Thank you for joining me here at Lamplight Crochet, and we'll see you next time.